Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited. We're here with another Smackdown live review. Pretty good show. Nick, what's going on?
What is going on, folks? Welcome to the Smackdown live review. Recap, analysis, breakdown, thoughts, reactions, just a whole bunch of things that I always forget to fit in there half the time for June 19th, 2018. How's everyone doing as we wait for people to file in here? We got Jeff Guevara was the first one to talk on the live.
Oh, the first one I saw was Alex Rodriguez.
But I'm talking about when we go live.
Oh, gotcha.
When we went live. Alex Rodriguez was the first overall. We've got Gun from the Future, I think. Luke Controller, TVP 83, promo vlogs, ETW Wrestling. It is fun. What is going on? Tim, how you doing?
Pretty good. Yourself?
Pretty moist. Moist.
This is a big news day. I mean, we put out like 13 news videos today.
Oh, absolutely. That makes me quite moist.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what else
Smackdown.
makes me moist is SmackDown. Let's talk about SmackDown.
I bet you were moist when you saw Paige opening up this show.
Nope, I was not. I was bone dry. But as soon as Daniel Bryan got on my screen, oh boy, 'twas
Anyway,
moist.
so the SmackDown kicks off with Paige backstage, and she just says, tonight we're going to have a gauntlet match. And they said this was the first gauntlet match on SmackDown?
Yeah, it is. I think the only
way they worded it was the first 5-man gauntlet match.
Isn't it the first ever gauntlet?
I don't know. You would think SmackDown's been around for what, 20 years? No, 20 years, 15, 20, almost 20 years. We're coming up on 1,000th episode.
Yeah.
Anyways, so she just says they're going to have the gauntlet match tonight, runs down the participants in that gauntlet match. Big E, Samoa Joe, Daniel Bryan, Miz, and Rusev. And then Carmela opens the show. So
F-A-B, I can't spell fabulous.
Actually, you know how back in the day when people were like, I can spell banana because of that Gwen Stefani song, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes if I forget I spell fabulous, I just think Carmela, F-A-B-U-L-O-U-E-S.
How many times do you have to spell the word fabulous?
Not many, but I'm just saying.
Why does that come up in conversation?
It's kind of like the same kind of thing. Anyways.
Dash, this is moist Nick. I like it.
So she comes out, and she starts off with this speech. When I grew up, I didn't have much confidence in myself. You can say it was a lack of self-confidence. I had issues with it. People would tell me that I'm not good enough, or I'm not that great, or I couldn't do things that I wanted to. But what I want to tell you guys is when you look in that mirror and you look at yourself, the thing you need to say is Mela is money. Psych! I was never self-confident about myself. Like, look at me. That's what she said.
I think you mean self-conscious about herself.
Same thing.
But I do really like that you have two extremely good on the mic heel women's champions.
Very true.
I like it a lot. Oh my god, that's what our new notification squad is called.
Is that your new shirt? What Dash said?
Moist Squad. Yes.
There's your new shirt. All right. Actually, I think Daniel Bryan's gonna have a new shirt here coming out soon. His new thing is, what is it? Legs, lungs, heart.
Let's do it though.
So, Carmela's out there and she's laughing at the crowd. She's like, "Oh yeah, I beat Charlotte Flair twice, and I beat Asuka, and Asuka's not undefeated anymore, and I took credit for that." And then all of a sudden, Asuka's music hits, and you would think Asuka would come down, but it wasn't Asuka. It was yet again old James Ellsworth dressed up as Asuka.
Good old no chin. I like it.
So he comes out there and he's like, "I'm back," and so I assume he's like back on the regular.
I really hope so.
And he goes, at Money in the Bank, Asuka wasn't ready for Ellsworth.
That's a good one. It was cute.
So
I'm
then
glad
Asuka comes out.
I get a genuine kick out of the guy. He's quite funny.
Corey said he was shocked to see Ellsworth, but Asuka came out. She just beeline. She didn't have her mask, her robe, nothing. She just beeline down into the ring, jumps in. Carmela backs herself into the corner, and Ellsworth bows up to Asuka. And he's like, "What you gonna do?" And she just spinning back kicks him right in the gut. She goes over to Carmela. Carmela gets out of the ring. Ellsworth gets out of the ring. There you go. Oh, also, James Ellsworth did say before Asuka came out that he's back to serve his princess because Carmela is the greatest woman ever. She's better than Charlotte Flair. She's better than Lita, Trish Stratus, Mother Teresa, Beyonce, Ronda Rousey, and Asuka all together.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
What a Survivor Series match that would be.
So I assume in Extreme Rules we're going to get Asuka, Carmela.
Does James Ellsworth sneak himself in again?
Put him in the fucking shark cage. So he can't.
True. True.
So
let's continue on here.
So then we see Becky Lynch backstage. She's trying to figure out how she should wear her goggles to the ring. And then the Iconics come down. This was bad. They get worse. Like, I know their gimmick is they're supposed to be annoying, but they get worse every week. And not in a good way. So they come out.
The Iconics?
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand why you would think they're starting to get annoying, but again, they're not as annoying as Sami is.
Zayn?
Yeah.
No, at least Sami Zayn is good. Theirs is just like, I want to turn off SmackDown bad. Like, I almost turn off the TV bad.
Yeah.
Because they come out there.
I
can
see why you would say that.
They come out there and they giggle, hee, and they talk all this stuff like, they're like, we're in Toledo? What's there to do in Toledo? And then, so Billie Kay says that, and Peyton Royce is like, I think there's she's like, a zoo around here. And you're like, oh, that makes sense. Why we see all these zoo animals here in the audience. And I'm like, really? It makes no sense.
It is weird.
Well, anyways, Becky comes out. Clearly, Becky was not in a good mood after losing at Money in the Bank yet again, coming very close. And so she had an okay match with Peyton Royce. I believe it went through a commercial. Lynch made a comeback towards the end, scored a close near fall. She took out Peyton Royce with a crossbody over the apron. Lynch then hit the disarmer on Billie Kay for the win. So, we get this backstage video. It's Jeff Hardy. You see him? You see from the back of his head. And he's talking about Shinsuke Nakamura. Last week, Shinsuke hit him with the low blow. I didn't think about this. That's the perfect thing. It was perfect doing it like that because it's automatically Shinsuke's done with AJ, but he's got another built-in feud that you don't even have to think about.
Exactly. I genuinely like it. I do like it.
And so Jeff kind of teased he was broken. He said something about his eyes are now open, and that I don't think he said the word awoken, but it was something like that. And then he turns around and he's got his full face paint on, and he's got like the bright white contacts.
No, those aren't contacts.
They're not contacts.
He just shut his eyes.
Oh, that's what it was?
He closed his eyes.
Oh, okay.
And his eyelids were painted.
Well, I've seen him do it before, but I didn't realize that.
Fucking impressive. The dude's so good at his role.
I didn't realize that's what it was because I've seen him do that plenty of times before. I just didn't put two and two together. So he basically just said that he's coming after Shinsuke Nakamura. So Renee Young interviewed Daniel Bryan. She said, congratulations on your big win over Big Cass and Money in the Bank, but now tonight you've got an opportunity to become number one contender for the WWE Championship. So they mentioned Cass, but that was basically it because the guy's gone. If you're living under a rock and you haven't heard, Big Cass was, for some reason or another, released today by the WWE. And also, I do need to say, if you see the fake tweets that look real, if it's just a screenshot of Dana Brooke was released or Finn Balor was released, both are fake. So Daniel Bryan was like, what's going to help me tonight is legs, lungs, heart. Legs, lungs, heart. That is what I live by, and that is what's going to get me through this gauntlet match. And then
God, is that just fucking hustle, loyalty, and respect?
Yes, I'm waiting for the T-shirt in the next week or two. Legs, lungs, heart. So he then takes the microphone from Renee. He's like, let me interview you for a second. And she was like, okay. He's like, do you think I can go out there and win this gauntlet match? And she's like, well, yeah. He's like, Renee, help me out here. Let's do this again. Renee, do you think I can go out there and defeat all these men and win the gauntlet match? And she goes, yes. He goes, that's what I was looking for. Yes, yes, yes.
Haha, it was cute because he said yes.
Right.
That's about it.
So, we then learned before the commercial break that, hey, Sanity's making their debut next against the Usos. So the Usos come out, they discuss their careers in the WWE and what it took to make a name in this business, and they said, now there's new guys that are trying to make a name on us. Come on out. So Sanity comes out with the most Kevin Dunn entrance ever. Oh my God. Cameras are zooming in and out super quick, cutting cameras, this camera, that camera, this camera, that camera. Half the time you don't know what you're looking at. It's either the Titantron or it's them. It was all over the place. It's Kevin Dunn in a nutshell.
It had Kevin Dunn's semen all over it.
So they climb up on the apron. The lights are still dimmed for their entrance. By the way, no Nikki Cross. So the lights are still dimmed from their entrance. Soon as they go into the ring, they just jump the Usos and beat them down, and the match never happens.
I mean, good way for them to debut, kind of just wreak havoc and,
Right.
Cause a shit show, but...
They were like, oh, Sanity is here to put the entire SmackDown Live Tag Team division on notice.
I fucking hate them saying that so much.
Didn't they say that when AOP debuted
They
on
say
SmackDown?
it for every motherfucker that comes up. Oh, if I fucking took a shit on the fucking...
honestly...
If I shit in the middle of the ring, they would say he just put everyone else's bowel movements on notice.
Well, there's
It's
one
so
you can say
annoying.
that it was right, though, because that's what Dolph and McIntyre said. And what happened? Dolph took that IC title from Seth.
Okay, 1 out of 900 chance. Ooh.
So, Renee Young's backstage, and she's like, my guest, Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke, you requested this interview time, and he goes to say something. She goes, wait. If you tell me again you don't understand English, I'm just gonna walk off. He's like, no.
Wait. Why would a wrestler in kayfabe request interview time?
I don't know.
That makes no sense to me.
He goes, at Money in the Bank, I lost to AJ Styles because the referee counted too fast, and it wasn't in Japanese.
That's a fair argument. He can't speak or understand English.
And so she goes, well, what about the comments earlier by Jeff Hardy? And Nakamura said, Jeff Hardy's eyes might be open, but if he crosses Nakamura, he'll then have to close them. And he walks off.
It wasn't that very clever. I also liked, what are your thoughts about Jeff Hardy? Who?
Yeah, he was like, who? She's like, Jeff. No, literally, she's like, what are your thoughts on Jeff Hardy? He's like, who? And she's like, Jeff Hardy. Like, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Tim, is that your own impression of your father?
Huh? No.
Big old Southern boy.
Actually, we're California people.
Yeah, but more like mountainside California.
Oh, for sure.
There's difference between Fresno, California people and LA, California.
My parents were born and raised in LA.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
I didn't move up to the mountains till I was 8 years old.
Oh, wow. So you lived in LA?
I was born in LA.
Oh, shit.
Sir. Anyways.
That's interesting to me.
Anyways. So we have, for some reason or another, and the commentators even kind of were confused by this. They were like, so Paige, unconventionally, literally, I think it was Tom Phillips goes, SmackDown Live general manager Paige unconventionally gives the Good Brothers, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, another shot at the Bludgeon Brothers in the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles.
Is that what they're called now?
What?
The Good Brothers?
Well,
Are they not?
That's what Corey and Tom Phillips tried to call them to sound cool with the Smarks.
Man, you had some anger behind that one. Holy shit!
They were just like Paige unconventionally gives them another chance at the championship, the tag team titles. It was like, yeah, they don't even understand why we're doing this match. Anyways, good match though.
No, it was. I don't think the club or the Good Brothers can put on a bad match.
Carl Anderson is just great. So,
Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows is dependable.
So, super old school promo here by Gallows and Anderson before the commercial, before the match. You've got Gallows and Anderson standing in the locker room, and Gallows is got the rubber bands and he's working out. And he's like, yeah, we're doing good. We're ripped. Double A, show him your abs. So Anderson opens up his vest, and he's like, look at these abs. He's like, Gallows, show him your abs. And he goes to lift his shirt up, and he goes, No, they don't look as good as yours. Just show them your abs again. Yours are fine. He just keeps working out.
No. It's okay. Just show yours.
Yeah. He's like, just show yours. They're so good. They're good for the two of us.
Oh,
so,
shit.
Anyways, good match. Heels isolated Gallows at ringside for a while. Roman gave Gallows a huge superplex and attempted the pin, but Anderson made the save. Anderson got a hot tag and nailed Luke Harper with a huge spinebuster for a near fall. Finish came when the Bludgeon brothers hit the powerbomb combo on him for the win. So Anderson was in control at the end, and then Gallows, it was weird. Gallows was just chilling over at ringside, but on the opposite side where he should have been. And so Harper was in the ring, and Harper was going to tag out, and then he goes, turn around. He literally looks like he tells Rowan, turn around. Rowan jumps off the apron and beats down Gallows and then tags himself in. I was like, what?
Yeah, it was weird.
So, this spot here, interesting. It played into the Gauntlet match, but I don't understand it yet. So, match ends. Still tag team champions, the Bludgeon brothers. They both jump out of the ring. Before they walk halfway up the ramp, Daniel Bryan's music hits. So I'm like, oh, okay. They're just going to, walk off to the side of the ramp, and Daniel's going to come down. They're just trying to save as much time as they
New
can.
Japan style.
Well, I'm just thinking, save as much time as you can for this long Gauntlet match, and, you don't have to worry about these guys walk backstage, then the next guy can come out. Well, like you said, yeah, New Japan style. Well, with New Japan, they have, the special exit, though. But anyways.
Yeah.
So they walk about halfway up the ramp before Bryan's music hits, and then the camera just shoots up the top of the ramp. So you essentially think maybe they, like I said, walked off the side of the ramp, went around the side of the stage. You don't see them anymore. So the camera's right in Bryan's face. Done on purpose. I understand this now. Camera's right in Bryan's face, and as Bryan starts coming down the ramp, the camera slowly pans out until you notice Bludgeon Brothers are still just standing there.
Mm-hmm.
Bryan stops. He's standing between them, and they all just look at each other. And they're like, ooh, what does this mean? Daniel Bryan, the Bludgeon Brothers. And then Bryan just kind of, it was weird because when he stops, his music stopped. His music
it was weird.
His music then kicks back up, and he kicks back up and goes to the ring.
Mm-hmm.
So Big E comes out. Oh my God, Big E is so underrated. I don't know if
Big E.
I don't know if it was because he was in there with Daniel Bryan, but this match was ooh. So Big E used power moves. It was, I don't want to say the big guy versus the little guy, but it was Big E and all his power moves against Daniel Bryan and his technical prowess.
It was really, I thought it was great. Big E, absolutely underrated.
So Big E used power moves to briefly gain control, but Bryan took over using submissions and mat wrestling. Big E hit a belly-to-belly suplex and a splash on the apron to regain control. Towards the end of the match, Bryan attempted a drop kick, but Big E rocked him with a huge clothesline, turning him inside out. Bryan made a brief comeback, but E nailed him with a spear off the apron. Big E then missed a charge into the corner, and Bryan hit the big running knee for the victory, eliminating Big E out of the match.
I feel bad because Big E is fucking phenomenal. That dude he deserves a world title run at some point in his fucking career. He has.
Bryan's getting back up to his feet. He's kind of on his knees, and Joe's music hits as the next competitor out. And I think it was Corey Graves just goes, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
It's like Joe's coming out. Bryan just had a match. Yeah, you're not 100%, and Joe is. So Joe's firmly in control for a lot of this match. Vicious chops. Daniel Bryan's chest all messed up, almost as bad as it was from the Roderick Strong chops. But Bryan goes, you want to mess up my chest? I'll mess up your chest with kicks. And frickin' Joe's chest was all brutally red from kicks. And so they're fighting on the outside. And Joe goes to he doesn't go to. He puts him in the choke, the coquina clutch. And then the ref starts counting, and Joe kind of looks at the ref and goes, light bulb, and he chokes him even harder. So he's choking, and the ref's counting 6, 7, and he chokes him even harder. And then Daniel Bryan kicks off the barricade. Joe splats back first down on the ramp. The referee says 8. Bryan jumps up to his feet. Referee says 9. Bryan slides in the ring. Joe's up on his feet. Right before Joe can get back into the ring, 10, Joe is counted out. So Joe, trying to choke out Bryan long enough to get him counted out, got himself counted out.
It was interesting.
Now,
It's a good way for Joe to lose without getting pinned and tapping out.
Right, and this finish, I don't want to say it, but it did happen at another wrestling show today where the person that did the spot was successful with the spot. I don't want to, I already got shit for spoiler
Shayna
alerts
Baszler did it.
To Tony. Okay, so Nick just said it. So, spoiler alert,
I don't give a shit.
Shayna Baszler retained the Women's Championship over Toni Storm because she choked her out at ringside and Toni Storm could not get back into the ring.
There you go.
Anyways. So, remember that's when I said Daniel Bryan was stopped on the ramp by the Bludgeon Brothers?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Bludgeon Brothers come out right after this Joe match. And they attack Daniel Bryan. They give him the double powerbomb. And they get out of the ring. It was weird, though, because, like, they're standing there. Obviously, Harper's the leader of this group. He, like, slaps Rowan in the chest, and he's like, out. We're done. And so they get out of the ring, and Miz runs, because Miz is next in the gauntlet. He runs down like he's got money in the bank, like he's ready to cash in, runs down, grabs Daniel Bryan, hits the skull-crushing finale, tells the ref to count 1, 2, 3. Daniel Bryan eliminated out of the gauntlet match.
That was fine with me. I liked it.
So, we can get Rusev.
Rusev Day.
So Rusev comes out. Rusev versus The Miz. Rusev was in control for a good portion of this match. He hit a follow-away sign for a 2 count. Miz regained control and slowed down the pace of the match. Rusev fought back and hit a splash in the corner. He followed it up with a spinning heel kick. Rusev caught Miz with a kick to the side for a near fall. Rusev then attempted the accolade, but Miz did counter it into a DDT. Miz attempted Bryan's running drop kick into the corner, but Rusev nailed a Machka kick. Rusev
He really did. He gives the best kicks. He gives the best kicks.
It was kind of like last night in the Seth Rollins match where Dolph was tuning up for the Sweet Chin music, and then Seth comes out the corner instead and hits his own super kick. It's kind of similar to that spot.
I like quick kicks. Kicks that kind of come out of nowhere. Those are my not like I like a good Sweet Chin music, but when it's like oh shit that just happened.
Yeah. So he hits him with the Machka kick, locks in the accolade for the win. Miz taps out. Number 1 contender getting the shot at elimination. No, why do I keep saying that? It's Extreme Rules. So AJ comes out after the match, and he holds the title up. He's like, this is what we're fighting for. And he lays it down between the two of them. And he's like, you ready for this? And they shake hands. I'm like, okay. So they're not quite just playing it off as Rusev's the heel in this. They're both, mutual respect for one another. And then Aiden English walks up, and he's like, can I get a handshake? So AJ goes to shake his hand, and he does the whole pull my hand back, psych. So AJ's like, oh, you want to play with me? And he knocks him out. And Rusev just looks like, what just happened?
I don't mind it being just a face versus face title match.
Right.
That's totally fine. The one thing I really like is, especially when it comes to tournaments, tournaments can be face versus face, heel versus heel.
Right.
There doesn't need to be a clear definitive one, because those bring out kind of the best matches, because there's no like I have to do this style, you have to do this style, we have to make sure those match. It's just like I'm gonna do my style, you're gonna do your style, whatever your style is. If it's if you wrestle heel style and I also wrestle heel style, we'll try to match each other by being bad guys. If you wrestle a babyface style and I wrestle a babyface style, then it's a battle of the purist. You know what I mean?
Versus Big E.
Bryan versus Big E. It's just a battle of the purist. That's fun to me. I really like that a lot. It's enjoyable. It brings out the best in both opponents. I think that's perfect, but we don't get that enough.
Right. And they did let us know on commentary. This is the first time Rusev has ever gotten a one-on-one championship match for the WWE title.
Now, here is my question. AJ win?
I would assume
I know what you're thinking, and I agree.
I would assume.
It should be a great match. It should be fun, but I would just think that AJ would have to.
In all honesty, and from everything I saw on Twitter after SmackDown, this Gauntlet match and Rusev winning was overshadowed by the Daniel Bryan thing, because so many people are like, where is this even leading to? Daniel Bryan getting, like you said, a tag title match? With who was his partner?
Oh, God. I don't know. Maybe. Who could Daniel Bryan tag with in kayfabe?
Right.
To be a tag team champion on SmackDown.
I mean, if he didn't get moved to Raw, I'd say his son Chad Gable.
I mean, Jeff? No, because Jeff and Shinsuke are doing a thing.
No, they're doing Jeff Shinsuke.
Oh God, who's not doing anything right
That's
now?
the thing. It's like
Everyone. I mean, you could do Joe.
Joe's a heel though.
I know.
But that is the other question. What the hell are they gonna do with Joe for Extreme Rules?
The Truth Reveal says Nick's like babyface versus babyface. So how was AJ versus Naka WrestleMania 34? Not very good. It was just not a very. It didn't live up to the hype. It wasn't a very good wrestling match. But okay. See, I don't think he could partner with the Miz and kayfabe because they hate each other. Orton.
Oh, maybe. Or Randy comes back, but
yeah, it could be. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I can see it, but that's super random.
It's a fucking stretch.
Promo vlog says Kane. Team Hell No.
What I want you to think about is think back to like 05, 06 SmackDown.
Okay.
A lot of those tag teams are fucking throwing together teams. Chris Benoit, Angle. No.
True.
Was it Chris Benoit and Angle?
Yeah.
And Rey Mysterio, Mysterio, Batista.
Yeah, well, Rey Batista they were teaming together in tribute to Eddie.
Right, but still, I mean,
no, I get what you're saying.
I don't know, but
I just felt like, as far as the reaction of the fans after SmackDown, that Daniel Bryan Bludgeon Brothers thing overshadowed the fact that, hey, Rusev's getting the WWE title shot. For everybody that says that WWE doesn't care about Rusev, he's in your top SmackDown match on the next pay-per-view.
Oh yeah. But I want to say thank you guys for tuning in to the SmackDown Live recap and review analysis breakdown, all those thoughts and things that I talked about before for June 19th, 2018. You can follow me on Twitter at PW_Armstrong and on Twitch, just twitch.tv/ArmWeek. You can follow us at PWUnlimited right here on YouTube, and the fine, lovely, not terrible and mean to me on and off camera people over at Fightful.com. Yeah, that is yellow, black and yellow. That's fucking weird. I like it though. Oh, it probably just makes it stand out more.
Maybe black and yellow.
Stop, kill yourself. You can follow them at Fightful Online, at Fightful Wrestling, at Fightful Boxing, and at Fightful MMA. They got a whole bunch of shit. Tim, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at TimmyBuddy. And yeah, so that was SmackDown. We'll be live again tomorrow. You may not be with us tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to join tomorrow. I don't know.
That's all good. We'll be live. I'll be live tomorrow night.
I can do it live from my car.
We'll see. I'll be live at least myself for the PWUnlimited podcast. Got some interesting things to talk about because today alone was a heavy news day. So Luke Controller says, Nick, you gonna do a stream?
I don't fucking know. Maybe. I'm tired of shit.
Anyways,
I gotta bathe. I got shit to do.
Have a good night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you later, y'all.